Are Eritrean drone operators under training in a country? Is Eritrea on its way to start using modern combat drones? Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two new stories for you. First one is about the drones, which are the game changer in the ongoing wars and recent wars in Africa and other parts of the world. Eritrea does not want to stay behind. It wants to upgrade the capabilities of its air force, of its forces. That is why Eritrea is training its drone operators, reportedly. Secondly, fuel prices uh, raised last night. Ethiopia raised fuel prices. Let's have a look at this story first. Another raise in fuel prices in Ethiopia. Gasoline will be sold at 122 birr per liter. Price of diesel increased as well. Where will it stop, by the way? Because price of fuel was below 100 within the past not 1 year, within the past 8 to 9 months. Fuel prices have been raised at least 3 or 4 times. When you increase fuel prices, the impact is felt across all the sectors of the economy. And this is one of the decisions which, if made by government, uh, influences the lives of poor people negatively. Why? Because once fuel prices rise, prices of commodities increase, prices of services increase too. So when you increase fuel prices, you should take into account the economic conditions of your people too. You need to take into account commodity prices. You need to take into account the purchasing power of your people. Nothing good is happening in terms of people's purchasing power in Ethiopia. Government is just sharing numbers, how much revenue it is generating from coffee exports, etc. But question is, when will Ethiopians feel the impact, positive impact of these economic changes? When will it happen? I don't know. Because you know that government workers protesting, they say their salaries are very small. People from other walks of life, they have similar concerns too. They say that it is becoming difficult for them to make both ends meet. Government wants to uh, increase its foreign exchange reserves. It wants to make money as much as it can for development projects, for its security related projects. And the easiest way for a government to raise revenue is through increase in fuel prices. This is the easiest way. Otherwise, ideally, the government should tax those sections, those elements which are undertaxed or which are not paying taxes. But when you implement a fuel price increase across the board, you actually make the lives of the poor difficult. Secondly, is Eritrea getting its drone operators trained in another country? First, I told you that Eritrea is in talks to buy modern drones and modern fighter jets and bombers. Gradually, you will see the confirmation of this information because such information is not made public. But then one day, suddenly, Eritrea will disclose its capabilities, or its air capabilities will be disclosed at some point of time. Eritrea wants to have drone. Everyone knows that. Why? Because drones are the game changer in wars now. Ethiopia, Tigray war, uh, ended after drones were introduced and drones ravished Tigray forces. Sudanese civil war is seeing extensive use of drones by rapid support forces. RSF have completely paralyzed Port Sudan government strikes there on daily basis. Sudanese military helpless. Sudanese military conducting air strikes, RSF conducting drone strikes. UAE providing these drones to the RSF. It means if Eritrea does not acquire any modern combat drones, it will be at a disadvantage if war breaks out in Eritrea and another country which has drones. Ethiopia has very modern combat drones like Inji TB2s, Winglongs, Mohajer 6, etc. Eritrea wants to acquire drones. Which country will be willing to give drones to combat drones to Eritrean government? Uh, China perhaps is the easiest supplier because China is on good terms with Eritrean government. Eritrean president visited China over a year ago, and Chinese are professional businessman. If Eritrea shows interest in buying Chinese Winglongs, China would be, I think, more than happy to supply these drones to the Eritrean government. But for that, Eritrean drone operators need to be trained by the manufacturers of the drone, by the country where drone is manufactured. Ideally, they should train Eritrean drone operators. Or reportedly, several Eritrean drone operators are under training in China. And this is their second batch, which is undertaking training about how to operate, how to destroy drones, to identify drones. It means that Eritrea is building a team of drone operators. By the way, no matter how modern the drone is, its operator should be very skilled. Skilled operator can make the best use of the capabilities of a combat drone. That is why when Turkey sells drones, sometimes Turkish experts also visit the conflict areas, and Turkish government ensures that its drones are used in an effective manner by the country which bought it from Turkey. Turkey does not want its export quality drones to be shown in bad light. That is why Turkey sent its drone operators. Turkey imparts training to the drone operators of the countries which have bought drones from Turkey. China also invites the operators of the countries to undertake trainings, operators of drones, especially operators from those countries which have or which are interested in buying drones from China. Soon, I think we could see Chinese combat drones in Eritrea. Thank you for watching.